Hi there, I'm Xaljira and today I want to show you the newest part of my wizard costume, which is his beautiful drinking horn. The reason I'm showing you this in the video is quite simply that I want to try out if it is easier to explain what I did in a video rather than writing a convoluted text that nobody understands. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so this is what my horn looked like originally when I bought it from a Renaissance fair. And this is what the horn looks like now. It's got three distinct parts to it, which is the tip, this band here, and then the rest of it up here. It was that easy. This band here is simply what the horn looked like before. All I did was groove in these lines here. To groove them in, I used my Dremel and a basic diamond bit that you can get pretty much anywhere. It's a relatively thick diamond bit because I wanted rather thick lines so they would be very visible. I also rounded out the edges quite a bit to make this tile-like effect. That was the easiest part. The hardest part was the tip. As you can see, it's got grooves in it, 3 of them that go around the horn. I grooved these in also with my Dremel, but with a carving bit here. That's what it looks like. It goes through the horn relatively well, relatively quickly, but it still takes quite a while to make these grooves. Although you might be able to do it faster than me, because I was very careful because this is the first time that I've grooved a horn and I was afraid of going through the horn at some point. But it has no holes, so I am quite happy with it. Of course, if you just use the grooving bit, you will end up with a very rough surface, so then I had to sand it all down. For sanding, I used these drums that you can get for the Dremel. These are just for wood normally. But they worked really fine on this as well. I have these in 2 different grits and 2 different barrel sizes, so this got me quite far. And I then went over to normal sanding paper, and then once I was through with that, I do have 3 kinds of this kind of wool. This is the super fine one. Once I've reached this stage and went over it with this super fine wool, this is what I had. So this is how you get the surface of a horn this smooth. I will say it takes quite some elbow grease and quite some time to get there. At least for me, I hate sanding, but I am quite happy with how this turned out, so it was well worth it. The top of the horn is in some places still original, so all the glossy parts I didn't do anything to. I just drew on some lines and then went over them once again with the drill bit, with the diamond bit, and I then took the carving bit and deepened these surfaces so they would be deeper than the original and also, of course, no longer glossy. To get the actual pattern here, these are all just tiny little holes, which means I just took the diamond drill bit and carved little holes into the surface of the horn. So I dotted the tool over it again and again and again until I had this surface. This, as you can imagine, takes a while, but is, for me at least, much preferable to the whole sanding and the tip. Yeah, I also didn't make it quite as steep up here, so that it would blend into the top of the horn. Yeah, and that is the horn finished. So that's my drinking horn and how I made it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I think I will make more of these. As far as my media plans go, the next thing I will make is a leather cuff for this horn. Well, I already have one. It is very basic because that's what I made right before the convention, and I want it to be way more impressive. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and I will see you again very soon.